Hey everybody, Trev here from Norwood Sawmills From the Stump TV series. I want to talk about blades, okay? So there's two blades that I think every sawyer should keep in the shed, and one of these two blades should let you cut pretty much anything that drops on the deck, okay? First one, and my most favorite blade, is a 7/8 7 degree, okay? This is definitely good for all your softwoods, really good in your pines. It does a really decent job because it's on a 7 degree hook angle of transitioning between the rip and the crosscut. So it's a nice blade for getting into all of that stuff, and you can pretty much just run it through all of it. It'll also do some of the harder woods, okay? But what I find is, because it's on a 7/8 pitch, it does dull out a little quicker because it doesn't have as many teeth. The 3/4, however, does a fantastic job. This will let you do all the hardwoods, pretty much any of the hardwoods, okay? Locust, black walnut, anything that's got really good density to it. The 3/4 is usually the way to go. So keep that in mind next time you're buying blades. 7/8 7, 3/4. Those are the two you're going to want to keep around so that you're able to cut whatever shows up at your place, all right? Thanks a lot. Hey everybody, Trev here from Norwood Sawmills, host of From the Stump. This is my co-host Kelly. She's going to be joining us. We're going to be doing a series of, I've been keeping track of a lot of common questions that just seem to keep coming up repeatedly. Did a few videos about a lot of these topics. They're a couple years old now, and I just don't know if it's relevant to everybody. So we're going to just make it a little more current and bring them up to date for you, okay? So what we're going to talk about first is, today I'm going to talk about tensioning on the HD36, okay? The process that I'm going to explain is the same between the HD36 and the LM29. The difference is one turn, okay? On this machine right here, 6.5 turns from the point of engagement on the spring is going to give you full tension. On the LM29, it's going to be 5.5 full turns, okay? So let me show you how I do that, all right? So this blade is fully set up and ready to cut. It's under full tension. It's tracking right where we want it. We got no noise in the guides. They're set up nice and tight, so I'm happy, I'm ready to cut. Now let's say I was cutting, this blade's dull, I want to change it, okay? So we got to back the tension off. And I'm not even counting because it doesn't matter coming off to me. I bring this T-handle out to the point that I can start seeing it back right off of the washer, and there's a little bit of space on the threads, and I give it a push. That gives me enough slack. You can see the band wheel here has come in, and this blade's actually sitting on here loose now. There's a big gap here, okay? So we're just going to pretend we took that blade off, put a brand new blade on. I don't think anybody needs instruction on that. That's pretty much straightforward for the most of us. Do wear gloves. That's my advice. I've got lots of scars and bled more than a few times for these machines. So you put the new blade on. Then what I say is grab this T-handle, give it a pull, okay? That pulls all the slack out of that system. Push this blade in so it's sitting more or less even on the band wheels. We're pretty much happy with that. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to turn the T-handle in and watch the blade while I do this, okay? See the top here? See how it starts to pull down? Okay, see right there, you see that going up and down? The second you see that blade start to move, the second you see it start to move, okay? Bring that T-handle, put it horizontal like this, okay? What you might want to do is just put a piece of black electrical tape around the one side of the T-handle, because what that's going to let you do is tell you, am I making a full turn or am I only making a half turn? Okay, because I know it sometimes gets confusing when you're counting. I do it too. I get backed up on, was that one, was that a half? So, okay, so we'll go back to where I was. So once this is horizontal, you've reached that point, and the reason I say watch that blade right there so you can see is, previously I would tell guys to look in here at the yellow spring, watch when you see the washer touch the yellow spring, but it's really hard to see. it's hard to gauge. Am I putting any traction in it? Am I putting any pressure on it? So this can't lie. You know right here, you're starting to apply pressure to it, okay? So as soon as you see that, you go 1 full turn, 2 full turns, 3 full turns, 4, 5, starting to get tight now, okay? 6, okay? And a half. And when you hit this point, the feedback in your hands, it becomes an awful lot tougher. What's happened is, inside on the other side of that T-handle, if you remember when you built this machine, there's a yellow spring. It has 2 collars in it, okay? What you're trying to achieve is you're pushing that spring in to the point that that washer touches those collars, okay? So you've got roughly a half an inch that you're actually compressing that spring, and that's what that 6.5 turns generates, is roughly a half inch of compression, okay? So once you get there, slowly give this a turn, make sure nothing's changed, make sure it's tracking right where you were, and everything's right back where we started. And it should be that way, and it should be that simple. You should be able to change a blade in a couple of minutes. Bring it back up to the same amount of turns that you were using, and away you go. All right, so I'm hopefully that you got anything, Kel? Did that make sense?
That's excellent. Thank you so much.
That works? Okay.
That. Yeah.
Hopefully that keeps everybody on track with tensioning. And again, LM29 owners, it's the exact same process. It's just you're going to be a turn less. Instead of 6.5, you're going to be 5.5, okay? HD36, 6.5 turns. LM29 and V1, V2, it doesn't matter, is going to be 5.5 to max tension. All right, have a great day.